All right, welcome to the Heretic channel, everybody. My name's Genova.
And I'm Gene Skinner. Hi guys. Like my new avatar?
I do. I really like your new avatar. I think it looks.
Thank you.
I think it looks cool.
That's because it's fucking Dr. Decker from
It
Nightbreed.
would. It would be something I would use.
Yep.
So take that as a compliment, because I don't know if you know this, Gene, but I'm a pretty cool dude.
Okay. I gotta fucking plug 1 second. I gotta plug this stupid shit in.
All right,
Yeah,
plug in.
fucking
I'm
people
gonna
in my
go
ears
for.
like, oh, need to charge me.
I'm gonna go to the news.
Go right ahead.
No, we are mainly a horror channel. For cut and print, I try not to bring too much horror news,
Hmm.
but there isn't a lot of news because Hollywood is boring.
Yes, it
So
is.
I brought a lot of horror news with us today.
Alrighty.
All right. So the first thing is, and most people probably already know this because it came out yesterday,
Mhm.
but there's a Saw reboot coming,
Oh boy.
and it's really supposed to be a spin-off. It's coming October 2020. And
Uh-huh.
Guess who started this?
Oh no.
Chris Rock.
Of course he did. What the
And apparently his pitch was so inventive and so good that the studio is now calling this an event.
an event.
It is an
Oh.
event, and
It's such an original idea. It's such an event.
it's apparently he's spinning it and he's doing this whole new sort of thing to it. It's so good that the original director of the first three Saw movies is coming back to do this one.
Oh boy.
Now, I'm actually a fan of the first three Saw movies. I like the first
Hmm.
one the best. But by the time you get to the end of three, it's actually very. I actually like it. I thought it was creative. As they go on, they're not that good, but
Yeah.
I think the first three, the trilogy, is actually pretty good for what it is. So this comes at a time when a lot of comedians are stepping into the horror realm.
Hmm.
You've got Jordan Peele,
Yeah.
who had a lot of success with Get Out. Us not doing so well, but he's sort of considered a horror guy now and not really necessarily a comedian anymore. And of course, the Halloween reboot that happened earlier, was it this year Halloween came out? No, it was last year.
Yeah.
So the last year when Halloween, the new one came out, that was written by the guy who wrote Pineapple Express
Uh-huh.
and Danny McBride. So now I've heard horror and comedy are very similar because they're
It's
all about
timing.
right. It's all about timing. So if you can do one, usually you can do the other. But I
Too bad
mean,
for Jordan Peele. He decided to cook like the fuck.
I remember like one joke from Chris Rock. I mean, I don't really know how funny he is now, but
Hmm.
I just remember him going, "Women be shopping." That's all I remember from Chris Rock. So I mean, we'll see. I will definitely see it when it comes out, just to see how fucking terrible it
You're the
is.
sacrifice for the chat.
Oh, I'm the bullet sponge. I am getting around to Sabrina, by the way.
Oh boy.
So, well, I'll be what the second season came out. I'll be watching Sabrina. I'm sure there's some other stuff that I've forgotten about, but I am the bullet sponge for this show. And in some non-horror related news, I'm going to go back and forth here.
Yep.
Robert Pattinson is the new Batman. Do you know Robert Pattinson, Gene?
No, I do not.
Oh, he's your twinkly Edward vampire from Twilight. And he is Batman movie released in 2021. It's called The Batman. Now, the way people are reporting this, it sounds like it's official, but I had just read an article where it was talking about the possibility of who the villains are going to be.
Hmm. Did they
There,
choose? Did they choose Crazy Quilt? I mean, that's obviously the
they
villain they chose for
chose.
Batman.
It's just speculation and rumors right now, but they're saying it's a high possibility that you're going to see the Catwoman and the Penguin,
Okay.
which we already saw in
Yeah.
Batman Returns. But if but at the end of this article, it says they're waiting to lock down Robert Pattinson. So it seems like they could be reporting
Lockdown.
right. It seems like they're reporting on this a little early, but it could just be they're waiting for everything's signed. They're just waiting for the paperwork to go through to make it official. Now he will be the youngest Batman to ever on the screen. Bruce Wayne. He'll be the youngest to play Bruce Wayne on the big screen because there's a younger kid playing Bruce Wayne on Gotham.
Gotham, yeah.
But he will be 32 when the movie comes out. So he will be our youngest Batman we've ever seen on the big screen. I mean, I'm not going to see it.
No.
Unless you force me to see it to see how bad it is.
Hey, Genova, go see how bad this movie is.
All right, fine, I'll do it. I love Batman. I'm wearing a Batman hat right now. But I don't know after
you
this.
didn't need to say that for the chat because now you sound like a faggot.
I always sound like a faggot. So
Hey, Genova, do you eat potatoes?
not when there's a famine. All right. Next news. We're back into the horror genre here.
All right.
Jacob's Ladder remake. Coming.
Who are they putting in it?
Nobody. I looked up some of the people that they're putting in. I looked up the director. I looked up some of the actors. They're nobodies. I don't know why they're even doing the movie, but it's coming this summer. So prepare. Mm-hmm. Apparently it's already been done, and they've been working on it for a couple years now, and they've just been looking for somebody to buy it and to release it. So it looks like somebody bought it and released it, and you're getting it in the summer.
I have no hopes for that.
I'm a fan of the original.
Me too.
Of course. But I just don't know why you're going to remake. I'm sure this time it'll be, it won't be Vietnam, but it'll be, whatever.
It'll be the presidency of Donald Trump.
Yes. Exactly. Wake up, like they pan out and you're just dead on the Oval Office table. Fucking stupid. Bruce Campbell, our boy Bruce, he has confirmed that a full immersive Evil Dead video game is coming.
Oh.
Within a year.
Nice. Who's making it?
I have no idea. He didn't give too much. He didn't give too many details. He just said there is an Evil Dead video game coming, and I will be voicing Ash because I don't want any other actor hamming up the voice. So he will be doing that because he has retired from playing Ash, but he has not retired from voice acting. From voice acting, yes.
I mean, he hasn't retired from acting fully either.
No, he's just
like characters like Bruce, but not being Bruce.
Sure, he's just retired. They've just sort of retired the Ash character.
Yeah, because they retired him after Ash versus Evil Dead.
Right, yeah. And the most important news for today is Bill Paxton's birthday.
Yes, it is.
So happy birthday, Bill. If you get a chance after the show, go watch Aliens or go
Near
watch
Dark.
Near Dark. Near Dark is probably the best one to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But Aliens, Near Dark, something where you get a lot of Bill Paxton.
Yep.
And that's the news, Gene.
I see.
So some good, some bad.
Yes. I wonder if that sting means anything that I just did.
It couldn't mean that we could possibly be talking about Westerns today, right?
We're totally not talking about Westerns today.
So where do you want to start with the Westerns, Gene?
That's a good question because Westerns really start as, a big thing that came out of the 50s, movie cinema-wise, and they died around the time of the 70s. Quote-unquote died. They had a neo-Western revival thing, too, with a lot of movies as well. But, which movie do I think would be the best to start with?
Bone Tomahawk?
That's more recent. I mean, we could start with Bone Tomahawk if you want to, because it's more of a neo-Western. Go ahead.
I just watched it today, and I love the movie.
I know you told me how much you did like the movie before, even
It's really good. I think it's the first Western for Kurt Russell since Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
I don't think I've seen Bone Tomahawk, no.
Okay. Well, I actually have a clip queued up for Bone Tomahawk.
I'll take a look at it.
Well, I'll play it. Don't worry.
Go ahead.
But I just wanted to explain what Bone Tomahawk is first.
Oh, yeah, this is the most brutal scene. The thing we've seen before, too. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. So basically, Bone Tomahawk, from the very first scene, it's very tense and brutal because you come in and it's a guy sleeping on the ground. He's made a camp and he's sleeping. It's the daytime. And within seconds, David Arquette is on top of him, slitting his throat and
Ooh,
covering his mouth and slitting his throat. And when I say slit, I mean like more like hacking.
Nash, yeah,
Yeah.
Hack and Nash, yeah.
And you come to find that it's Sid Haig and David Arquette, and they are basically bandits.
Hmm.
And they've wandered into this camp, and they've killed everybody in the
Hmm.
camp while they were sleeping. And a gunshot goes off because one of the guys isn't as dead as they thought he was.
Yes.
So then they hear this weird sort of horn in the distance. And they're like, fuck, we got to get out of here. Somebody heard the gunshot. So they start walking. And as they go, they come across this weird sort of burial ground. And um, they hear the horn again. They're arguing about, is it that a horn, or is it a gust of wind, basically?
By the way, Porky, I was going to mention that as a starting place too, but I wanted Janova's take on a more recent Western.
Well, I just kind of took over and just went right to Bone
It's okay.
Tomahawk.
It's okay. But yeah, Stagecoach is actually one of the first Westerns. That's what made John Wayne's career too, was Stagecoach.
True, yeah. That's for old people, so no.
These are old people. But don't you love John Wayne?
Yeah, I got a John Wayne movie I want to talk about too. So,
Mm. The
uh,
Searchers
but
too. Yep.
but basically, Sid Haig and David Arquette, they get attacked by some Indians, and you kind of cut, and you're not sure who survives. But later on, in the town of Bright Hope,
Hmm.
Dave Arquette is there, and we come across, I think his name is Richard Jenkins, and Kurt Russell is the sheriff. Richard Jenkins is the volunteer backup deputy. He's one of my favorite parts of the whole fucking movie, by the way.
Hmm.
And there's a stranger in the bar who is David Arquette. So they go in there to see who he is. He gets a little quick with the sheriff, as they say. So the sheriff shoots him in the leg,
Hmm.
and they've got to take him to the jail, and they've got to sort of repair his leg, which means that this the doc is drunk,
Oh boy.
so they've
That's
got to
always a
go
good
get
sign.
right. So they've got to go get his assistant, which is a woman. So they go
Not a
get
woman. They don't know
yeah,
nothing
and
about
this is the
women.
middle of the night. Okay,
Good.
and
Great time to
basically,
shoot someone, by the way. Middle of the night.
oh yeah, while everybody's already getting ready for bed and shit like that.
Hmm.
So basically, a lot of people are in the jail. They're kind of watching Dave Arquette. She's fixing his leg, and then we kind of cut, and we come to the morning.
Hmm.
And when we come to the morning, we basically find out that everybody that was in the jail at that time, they're missing.
Hmm.
They're gone. And then we find out that the stable boy, he's dead and been torn to pieces.
Oh.
And there's actually an arrow in the wall. So they grab the arrow, and Kurt Russell tells them to go grab the professor. Well, the professor happens to be a Indian.
Oh, okay.
So they ask the professor who uses, because they've never seen these type of arrows before.
Hmm.
It's weird because it's almost like the arrow. I don't know what they made it out of, but it's got this weird sort of notch in the top of it. It almost looks like a finger,
Hmm.
like a knuckle is in the top of it, and they sharpened it down to a point. And Indians don't like dark meat. That's true, Porky. The
I
professor
mean,
basically tells them
I'm,
they
I'm
don't eat Negroes, and then somebody asks why. Do they think they're poisonous? But what the professor tells us, the Indian professor tells us, is these aren't really Indians. It's a corrupted bloodline of inbreeders who, quote unquote, rape and eat their own mothers.
What the fuck?
And they are cave dwellers, and they don't have a name because they don't have a language. And what you end up getting is that what they call them, what the professor calls them, is troglodytes. That's what he calls them, troglodytes. So the majority of the movie after this point is for Kurt Russell, Robert Jenkins,
By the way, look at Sweet Scott.
dot dot dot
Yeah, she's just
dot
like
dot 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 dot. dot. She heard the rape and eat their own mother's part. um, so
they drama queen.
so the whole point after that is them traveling through the through the plains basically because they're tracking these people down because they've got to go. The guy from Insidious, whatever his name is,
Mm,
Patrick Wilson, maybe
yeah,
something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
His wife is the one that was taken. She was fixing the leg.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay.
and he actually has a broken tibia. So he's got to travel the whole way with a broken tibia. And then I believe the other guy's name is Matthew Fox. It's the guy from Lost that likes to smack his women around.
Okay.
So the four of them basically travel around through
I
the
never
whole.
liked Lost because I know who made it.
Lost is kind of terrible, yeah. I say kind of, but it is. It's just an awful show. Once you realize the end of it, it's just terrible.
It's
But
I mean, you don't have to even realize the end of it. You realize the beginning of it with the name J.J. Abrams.
well, I just mean wrapped up with the whole thing. Like you realize like they're just making it up as they go along.
Yes.
So basically, the majority of this movie is them traveling and having to deal with things like that, like bandits and raiders and Patrick Wilson's broken tibia, shit like that. But eventually, they're going to find what they call the Valley of the Starving Man, and
Alright.
that is where the troglodytes are.
So I'm curious. Where's this supposed to be taking place in the United States? Does it
Um,
ever say?
I don't think they say. It says Bright Hope. However, one of the guys says, "Send my belongings back to Michigan,"
Okay.
and that's before. That's basically the guy in the scene we're going to watch.
Okay.
And this is towards the end of the movie. But if they rape and eat their mothers, then how do their mothers have their sibling children? Oh, well, basically in the movie, um, like they rape them and the mothers will give birth to the rape baby basically,
Oh.
and once you can no longer give birth to the baby, birth to babies, they will eat you. Here's the thing: all the women in the cave, they have stakes driven through their eyes.
Oh.
And their arms and legs are cut off, and they are tied to rocks for easy penetration.
What the
So basically at one scene they wander through the cave and you see two basically blind cripples
this is like a
strapped to
wholesome
rocks
stream.
with pregnant bellies also. I'm telling you, the movie is fucking great. It's fucking great. This is also by the same guy who did Dragged Across Concrete and Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Alright.
So I'm going to play this scene.
Alright.
It's one of my favorite scenes of the whole thing.
A family film.
So here we go. Everybody get ready. If you're squeamish, this might not be the scene for you. So, Gene, is your watch now working right?
You're playing it right now?
I'm playing it right now.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. It takes forever to kick, and I have to actually like scroll down.
Now, the guy you see in front of you right now, that is the boar. That is what I call
boar.
him. He's got boar tusks inserted into his jawbone.
All right.
And at a young age, they have animal sort of windpipes where animals make their noises from. They have them under the skin in their own windpipes, and these are the noises that they make.
Okay.
So here we go.
So how'd Kurt Russell get captured? Is he also in the jail?
Well, it's because he didn't get captured necessarily. He went there to. He's part of the four people who are traveling to find this guy and the woman, and some other people who were kidnapped.
Is Nick the assistant then?
Yes, this guy right here. He is one of the deputies that was captured.
Come on, old man. We gotta break through here.
There's Robert Jenkins. His name is Chicory. And it's called Bone Tomahawk because they make their tomahawks. You're about to see right now.
Out of bone.
Yeah, it's out of the jaws of animals. They are savages, Strug. One thing I noticed about this movie is it's really a movie about God-fearing men traveling to civilize a bunch of savage dirt worshippers. It really is.
You were right about that.
I'm telling you, the guy who makes this movie and those other movies, dude's red-pilled.
And he robbed him. His name was Purvis. And then he desecrated the burial ground.
Good thing you can't see what the Foley is there.
It's true. Can everybody hear? I know this. I know this scene was a little quiet. I just want to make sure everybody can hear it.
All right. You send my possessions back to Michigan.
So he says, "Send my possessions back to Michigan."
Cindy said it's low.
I'll send it.
Yeah, Kay not gonna watch. Sweet is not gonna watch this scene.
You're missing out. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. So they're scalping him now.
Oh, oof, oof. Oh, making him eat it.
Yeah, and then they're gonna stake it into his mouth.
Nick, listen to me. I want you.
I turned it up a little bit, Cindy. I hope that helps.
And then we get showed by YouTube.
Right now from
Haha.
and you're
Oh,
butcher every last one of these godless beings.
godless beings. Oof. That was a scene.
It's just a fun, wholesome family film. It's
Yeah.
really what it is. And there he is eating the guy's foot, basically.
Wonderful.
And that is a little scene from Bone Tomahawk. I'm sure if you haven't seen it, you definitely want to see it now. I can tell you that this sort of savagery really only takes place in the third act. You'll get a little bit of it in the first act, too.
Did they make a wish first before breaking the dude's legs and splitting him open?
Like a fucking wishbone.
Mhm.
Yes, wholesome fun, exactly, Cindy. Oh, there goes my need for breakfast, says Sweets. It actually kind of made me hungry,
Ew.
I'm not gonna lie. But that's Bone Tomahawk. I give it.
So would you say it's a western because it's set in a western setting? Because it doesn't
It's
seem like
definitely it's not Western by gunslinger shootout sort of standard,
Mhm.
but it's a Western in the fact that it
takes place in a western setting.
it takes place in a Western setting.
Okay.
And when you the first two acts are very Western. The whole tracking down the tribe and finding it, that is almost like a man versus the elements sort of Western that you get sometimes.
Mhm.
But yes, I would definitely say it's a Western. I mean, you called it a neo-Western.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with that term. It's definitely a newer version of a Western. for
Yeah,
sure.
because there's a lot of stuff that I was gonna say about westerns in general, because I do believe they ended with what actually is my top pick of all my films. I have 10 films I probably will talk about.
Okay.
But the first one I wanted to bring up, and since Porky mentioned that's a good starting point for westerns, is Stagecoach with John Wayne.
Talk to me about Stagecoach.
So Stagecoach is all about he's kind of a vigilante kind of character in it,
Mm-hmm.
where he basically is going to protect the stagecoach from robbers and everything else. He's not a good guy by any means, because basically John Wayne's character is supposed to be a guy that does things for money.
Okay.
But there's a lot of good shootouts. There's a lot of high action. It's very what defines a lot of John Wayne's career, I would say. But that's what first made it, because that was his one biggest starting roles, was that Stagecoach. One of the most iconic scenes you usually will see in Stagecoach. Let's see if I can find it so I can show it on Watch Together.
Yeah,
One second.
put it in if you find it. Now, Stagecoach,
Mhm.
that's a movie or a television show?
Stagecoach is a movie.
Okay. Was there a television show, Stagecoach?
I don't think so.
Don't you even start, Sweets. I don't even want to hear it.
Actually, yeah, Stagecoach was actually in 1939. Maybe 1 second. Let me see if I'm getting this right. Because I thought it was in the 50s, but maybe it was 1939.
1939, the year of the German.
Stagecoach.
Hey, Weeb, you just missed one of the best scenes ever in a
Yeah,
movie.
1939. That's so. Yeah, it's the westerns were really big in the 50s, so this is like really early westerns.
Yes.
Let's see if I can get a scene here from Stagecoach. Stagecoach.
Stagecoach. Now, is anybody else in Stagecoach, or is it just John Wayne? Is he really the biggest part of Stagecoach?
I think he is the biggest part of Stagecoach. His character in the thing is named Ringo, I believe.
Ringo.
Ringo Kid is the name of him.
The Ringo Kid?
Mm.
Okay.
The Ringo Kid, yes.
All right. I was thinking of Johnny Ringo from Tombstone.
Mm.
I think it's played by Michael Bean.
Yeah, I will. I'll put this in and play it. This is the Stagecoach trailer. This is what they used to show. Take a look.
All right, it's playing. Trailblazers. Wait, this is supposed to be a Western.
Wait for it. It's an infomercial before it.
Man has raced around the earth in less than 4 days. Planes roar at 400 miles an hour. Airships, streamlined trains and buses speed thousands to new frontiers.
Okay, there we go.
Yet well within the span of our memory, the streamliner of its day, the American Stagecoach.
So it all leads up to the Stagecoach.
Let me, that's probably low.
What fascinating stories there were in the life of the Stagecoach. In the lives of its courageous passengers who found romance in danger and understanding.
I hope you guys can hear that. I turned it up. It's maxed out.
These
So
American frontier characters, John Ford has created a truly great.
John Ford also did propaganda for World War II.
A drama as forceful and as true.
is he the guy who focused mainly on mockery?
I don't remember.
Because there were like 3 directors, right?
Hear what the lieutenant said?
I think
Guy looks like a fat Vincent Price.
he does.
You'll take my advice, ma'am. You won't take this trip.
My husband is with his troops in
Is that Maureen O'Hara?
I think so.
All right, folks. Hey, Curly, why don't you take the cuffs off the kid? He's mighty handy with a gun. You drive them horses. I'll take care of the kid. The man works all his life to get a hold of some money so that he can enjoy life and has to run a crap like this.
Trap, brother? You mean the Apaches?
The Patches.
No sign of them.
You don't see any signs of them. They strike like rattlesnakes.
You talk too much.
There he is.
Don't
Take it easy.
Look at how young he is.
They need
Mhm.
this fight before we get to
Now,
the
is this his first movie role?
Jailbird.
I believe
Or is
it
this
may
his
be.
first Western?
I gotta see. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know that's bad. I'm sorry, chat. I had more time to prepare if it wasn't working all day.
You're fine.
You know that boy's hip.
Sorry that you guys can probably hear my computer wigging the fuck out.
All right.
Let's see.
That fan just cranked up.
John Wayne is Ringo. Let's see. Early film career. Yeah, he had a few other films before this, like The Big Trail.
Why don't you try
That's based on the Revolutionary War.
I gotta go to Lord first.
The Deceiver.
Go to my ranch.
Yeah, this is his first big role though. This is what basically made him from a B movie status to like A movie status.
Okay. Well, oh, look at those chaps.
Mm-hmm.
That little quick move, like I'm gonna shoot and fall.
One of the most iconic things that John Wayne has done in this movie, besides the just being in it and how it is, it's supposed to be, you know, they say it's a racist caricature of Native Americans in this because Apaches.
Oh, of course, always. God forbid that they were actually fucking like that.
No, how dare you?
God forbid you give a historically accurate representation of the way people were.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Dirt
So-
worshippers. Dirt worshippers aren't people.
Don't talk to me like that. I'm right here. One of the most iconic scenes is though John Wayne stops the stagecoach at a certain point and he flips his rifle, which you've seen in another movie that you actually have on this list is True. You have True Grit, the original I thought on here too.
No, I didn't. Oh, I might have put True Grit on here, but I don't have it on my playlist.
I see.
What I have on my the John Wayne film that I have on my playlist is McClintock.
Oh, McClintock, not a bad choice.
Which is my favorite John Wayne movie. And you want to talk about, like, offensive?
You gone done it now, guys. Sweets is.
Oh, no,
just messaged me.
Damn, busted for a trailer? Well, let's see if we come back.
Okay.
Let us know when we're back, guys. They probably can't hear this yet.
You just had to play the tomahawk scene.
There's no way it was the tomahawk scene. It had to be Stagecoach.
Leave it was the stomach turning. You know it wasn't. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no way it was the tomahawk scene. It was.
I'm actually gonna laugh if it was fucking the John Wayne trailer. That's so old. That's
Yeah,
from
but
the
it's
40s.
John Wayne. They got all that shit. Now I'm wondering if we're gonna F out for any of the other things we play.
We might possibly. So that's actually number 9 on my list, and I have it at number 9 because I think it's a base good
Which one?
film. Stagecoach.
Okay.
Because I think it's a base good starter for a western, what westerns are like, what they were originally
Well,
fully like. Sorry, coughing a little bit.
you got tuberculosis.
Yes. But my actual number 10, even though I do like this film a lot, is the Django, the original one. Let me
Okay.
get it. Let me get the trailer for that.
Okay. It's just Django, but
Django.
did Django?
Django.
That's what I call it too. Did Django.
1966.
Let's see how. I wonder. I wonder.
Yep. I wonder if this will not get us.
It says. Strog says, "Isn't Stagecoach supposed to be past copyright law?" No. Well,
Technically, it should be.
it should be. They would have shut it down in the middle of the tomahawk scene if it was the tomahawk scene.
Let's show Django. This is the essential spaghetti western. That's why I kind of put these two at the bottom because they're essential
A century
westerns.
ago, on the low hills along the border between the southern states and turbulent Mexico, a mystery man.
This is the one where a bunch of
A man
people
with a
kidnap his
sad,
wife and rape and kill her.
impenetrable
I think so. Yes.
Django.
He carries a coffin around with him all the time too.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Blazing the Saddles yet.
That's not my list. That's a neo-western. I try to stick with more traditional ones.
Ugh.
Well, I like westerns.
I've got some
Who
traditional
was that
ones too.
man? What was
Look
his
at the guy in the hood.
Is that the Red Hood?
Not important. And if I bothered you, will you accept my apology?
Boom, 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 boom.
Meticulous in revenge.
I'm sure that probably just
Quick
got
to
us
decide
mad because he
and
was
a
killing
master of
people with a
every
gun.
weapon.
Quick
A man
draw.
everybody would like to
Quick on the
see
draw,
dead.
baby.
So yeah, he has a machine gun in that, by the way.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
In his coffin?
Yes,
That's awesome.
a Gatling gun. Look at that. Look at that gun display.
Django, the title of a film you'll never forget.
And one Quentin Tarantino will rip off way later.
It's true. And put Jamie Foxx in it,
How many
who's,
men you
who's
got
an
left?
awful
You
actor.
tongue-tied? Or don't want to tell me?
So he's also a bounty hunter in the film, by the way, too. But he does want revenge as well.
Django,
Okay.
an audacious man of action, capable of a tender, hopeless love which could only last a day, but a day which was worth all eternity.
I'm glad I made you feel like a real woman.
Yeah, he does love a horror.
Very glad.
Who doesn't love a whore once in their lifetime?
Especially in westerns, I suppose, too.
I'm way past my one time, let me tell you.
Django, a new, ruthless,
Yep.
violent
That
film
that guy that I just showed, by the way, is also in a lot of Clint Eastwood movies.
featuring a great new star,
But that's because it's
Franco Nero,
Franco Nero, yeah. Franco Nero.
Frank Westwood.
and a great supporting cast.
Esau.
Angel Alvarez. I believe you can watch the Django films over on Shout Factory.
You can watch this whole film on YouTube.
Oh, you can watch the film on YouTube?
Yes. It's
Okay.
fully on YouTube.
They've got them all over on Shout Factory, I believe. Hey, look
Yeah.
who it is, Lee Van Cleef.
Hmm.
The Angel Eyes, right?
Yep, Angel Eyes.
What movie is that?
That is The Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Which we will. I mean, we haven't talked about Clint yet, but.
No, we haven't got to Clint yet.
Right,
I was
we're-
just going through my smaller list of what I have.
Right.
And you know who actually at number 8 gets for me? It's a Lee Van Cleef original that he was in too, called Sabata
Sabata.
and Return of Sabata, because those are the two films he's in a quote-unquote Sabata trilogy. He's not in the third one because it's someone else called Indigo Black who plays him in that, or quote-unquote that's what the character's called, Sabata and Indigo Black.
Indigo Black?
Yes.
That sounds like a. It sounds like somebody who shows up in a chat room.
I know, right?
Indigo Black. Sounds like a hacker.
Oh God. And let's see if I can actually find the trailer for that.
You're so lucky Hackers isn't a Western. Gotta love spaghetti westerns, says Weeb. You damn right.
Let's see. No, they have the original theatrical trailer. That was probably better. Yep. All right.
Rock says without Jewish nepotism, Tarantino wouldn't have a career.
That's true.
I mean, like I always struggle to find a Tarantino movie that I actually like.
Reservoir Dogs.
Maybe. I like parts of Reservoir Dogs. Like when Michael Madsen's dancing around, he's got the cop tied to the chair.
So the interesting thing about Sabata, by the way, is there's a guy in this film who is supposed to be the star of it, who has like a banjo, and he's got a gun, like a Derringer gun at the end of the banjo, so he kills people with it, and he has a rifle on the end of it too.
That's badass.
It's got really neat stuff like that. He has Sabata has this sidekick. I forget what his full name is, but he's like a fat dude. Let's see if the trailer reminds me a bit. It's been a while since I've seen these movies, but I'm just trying to remember them mostly off the top of my head.
Is his name the Fat Dude?
No. Sabata! Lee Van Cleef. William Brager. Yep.
Sergio Leone called Charles Bronson the greatest actor I ever worked with.
They're basically working against each other in the film while working with each other at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I might have actually seen this movie. Because that whole thing sounds familiar, where they're working against each other but with each other.
Yep. And Lee Van Cleef has
Is
a
that
lot
Jack
of guns.
Black?
No. Just looks as greasy.
And a look that means you're dead before you draw.
I hear Lee Van Cleef was horrible to work with. So strong.
Some people say that, yeah.
Who said that?
I don't know. Probably
Some
Italian
unimportant motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he has that guy in it too. There's the Native American
The
dude.
man and the gun.
There's like 4 characters in this that are basically steal the scene, except, you know, Lee Van Cleef obviously steals the most.
Looks action-packed, man. They showed you every explosion they could. They were like, watch this guy shoot everything as it explodes.
Let me get the Return to Sabata trailer. Let's see.
Return to Antonio Sabata Jr.?
No.
GP? What does that mean, GP? General
Public. It's an Italian rating.
It's weird.
Alright, let's play this.
Weeb says Scanners stream when? We'll probably talk Scanners when we do our David Cronenberg stream at some point. Gene and Genova, Italian, confirmed.
I'm not Italian.
No, but you're Jewish.
5%.
And the Jews and the Italian have quite a long, profitable history with each other. Rated Mamma Mia.
Rated Mamma Mia.
He has friends. Like Bronco.
Yep. Bronco is the character's name. Oh no, these are other
Who
characters.
was that? That guy used a slingshot?
Yes.
What the fuck? He just flipped up there? What's his name? McKintock?
I think. I don't remember. It's been forever since I've seen this film. I just love this film because I love anything with like a Lee Van Cleef lead.
Including,
This is not my favorite Lee Van Cleef film though.
including Ninja,
The Master Ninja.
Master Ninja 1 and 2.
That's right before he died, actually.
The man with the gun sight eyes.
Gun sight eyes. Angel Eyes himself.
Angel Eyes is a mean motherfucker, dude.
He's throwing his weight around.
He is a mean badass.
Time.
All the hidden guns he has.
Sabata's back.
Huck says, I need to see more movies with Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Lee
There's
Van
a lot,
Cleef
actually.
is very cool dude. You know, I guess he was an asshole in real life maybe, but he always plays a real badass on the screen.
I don't know, maybe that's just from directors, and who gives a shit what directors say.
Yeah. What else you got, Gene?
My next one is one I think I will save. Why don't you tell about some of your movies?
Well, one of the first movies I watched today was The Quick and the Dead.
Ooh, okay. More recent one, another neo-western.
Yes, with Sam Raimi.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I was watching it, you can really see a lot of his director style in the film. There are a lot of scenes where you can tell, like, it's pulled straight out of Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes there's like a weird like POV shot where the camera looks like it's running, you know, a little bit like the Evil Forest point of view. There's some close-ups where like because Sam kind of likes the Dutch angles a little bit.
Yes.
So there's definitely a lot of like close-up Dutch angles that he does, and then some of the fighting scenes, like the punching back and forth, where like you're close up and it's going back and forth from each person's point of view. He uses that a lot. Now, I have two problems with The Quick and the Dead.
Yeah.
And their names are Sharon Stone and Leonardo DiCaprio. All right. Everybody in this movie, besides those two, looks like they belong in this movie.
Yeah.
Sharon Stone is a terrible actress, and I realize now why she's only famous because she flashed her vagina.
Yeah.
Because she tries to do the tough gunslinger thing that you see in a lot of the old westerns, but she cannot pull it off for the life of her.
No.
She just seems really phony. Her skin is perfect. She never has any dirt on her face. And if you know anything about this time, everybody was dirty. All the fucking time. Okay? Even rich people were dirty. You know those long dresses that the women used to wear back then?
Mm-hmm.
They stunk because they were dragging them through horse shit.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So she's got this perfect exfoliated skin. She's never fucking dirty. And Leonardo DiCaprio looks exactly like her. He's always perfect looking. His hair's never... Even when he gets shot, there's nothing ever wrong with him. His hair is still in the perfect place. I hate that about my westerns, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you do like dirt makeup, you know, you can see where it's fake, like usually around the eyes and the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get older westerns, you can tell that they go far enough to put the dirt in the mouth and make the mouth look fucked up because nobody's brushing their teeth or anything like that. It's all in their eyes and everything. But they were the worst parts of this. The best parts of this movie are Gene Hackman, who is really fucking mean.
Yeah.
And he is the bad guy of the film.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I actually did not mind Russell Crowe. He was very good. Now, if you haven't seen The Quick and the Dead, the whole thing is about a gunslinger contest, a shootout contest, a high noon, which is also a myth of the Wild West.
Yes, it is. Because it was not like that with skirmish fights.
Right. So everybody in the town, which is owned by Gene Hackman, everybody in the town, including Gene Hackman, they sign up for the gunslinger. This movie also has Keith David in it.
Oh, does it?
Yes, he's pretty awesome in the film until he's got to fight Gene Hackman at some point.
I mean, yeah.
That doesn't work out well for him. I mean, it's not as good as Bone Tomahawk, personally. I wish they would have kept the Bruce scene where Bruce gets his ass kicked by the fucking guy, because on the Bruce Campbell stream we were talking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, for a Sam Raimi, because it's Sam Raimi, you can appreciate a lot of the filming style, the technical aspects of the movie. But when your main character is Sharon Stone, it really pulls you out of it every time she's on screen. Yeah. She's just fucking... she's just awful. I don't know what else to fucking say. Yeah, of course, yeah, she's fucking hot, but other than that, she almost reminds me of... We have a Sharon Stone today, and it's that girl that's in the Avengers movies that I never remember her name.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson?
Yes, Scarlett Johansson is the modern day Sharon Stone. She's hot, but she can't act for shit. But I appreciate the movie, like I said, based on a Sam Raimi sort of technical aspect. Yeah. He takes like old sort of things that they used to do with older westerns, spaghetti westerns, things like that, and he gives them like a little bit of a modern twist, and he does his own take with them. And for that alone is enough to sit through the film and watch it. Do I recommend it? Only if you're a Sam Raimi fan do I recommend watching it. But other than that, not really. But it has quite the fucking cast in it, let me tell you. There are a lot. Tobin Bell is in that, who's Jigsaw. Gary Sinise is in the film. There's a lot of fucking people in that movie.
I see.
Genova likes horse faces. Scarlett has a horse face. Look, I've talked about Scarlett's face before on this show. If you ever watch a movie, especially Avengers, if you watch her when she's not talking, just look at her and look how stupid her face looks when she doesn't have any lines.
So I'm going to skip my 7 for right now because I want to talk about 2 other films.
Hold on. Porky asks, was David Arquette better in 3:10 to Yuma or Bone Tomahawk? The remake for 3:10 to Yuma is actually very good, but I would say I prefer David Arquette in Bone Tomahawk. His part is small, but I didn't expect David Arquette to actually play this part that he plays in Bone Tomahawk, but he did a damn good job. So I would say he's better in Bone Tomahawk.
All right.
Okay. What were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say, so there's 2 films that I was watching this thing that say they go really well together. Only one's on my list because I really don't care for the other. That film that starts off, that's not the one that's on my list. It's High Noon.
Okay.
And the whole thing with High Noon is because it was realized that the guy who was writing it was a communist sympathizer.
Of course.
And it was all about like how it's one man's courage against the mob and all this other stuff.
Even though communism is the mob.
I know.
Communists really
the
got to
film
get their
that's the exact
propaganda.
opposite of that is actually Rio Bravo, which is my film that's number 6. Another John Wayne film where it's the whole idea that the community comes together and does what's right over, one guy fearing his whole community.
Okay. That it's sort of the opposite of the film I'm going to talk about next, but continue with Rio Bravo. They're sort of like the film I'm going to talk about next is sort of like a negative of everything you just said. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, it's the whole thing like John Wayne basically does the right thing, helps the community, helps all the people and everything else. It's actually known for that whole fact because it was a response to High Noon being such a piece of shit film that it was, about saying like how bad McCarthyism is and all that stuff.
Of course.
Even though it wasn't McCarthyism that was doing that shit in Hollywood, that's in the state, and it was actually a Democrat that did all that. But people want to forget about that.
Of course, it was Hollywood. They're gonna switch. They're gonna change. They're gonna change history like always. You can't even have an accurate depiction of a fucking Indian.
No.
Do you have a? I was gonna say, do you have a trailer for Rio Bravo?
Give me just a second, and I will.
All right. Huck says I would give Scarlett beautiful babies.
But you're gonna have a horse-faced baby when you fuck with Scarlett. I mean,
Jennifer Lawrence, she sucks so strong. Yeah.
Rio Bravo trailer. Let's see if I can get one.
Anyone see Ballad of Buster Scruggs? What wasted potential? I have not, Strong. I feel like that the title of that film sounds familiar.
Hopefully this won't get us show it again. Probably will. Let's play Rio Bravo.
Just assume we're always gonna get showed.
There'll never be another. Like the big guy. Battered head.
Oh man, dude, right in the neck. Wait, was that a gun?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
It looks like Elvis.
I think that was that John Wayne's son?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's in McClintock too.
John Wayne, Dean Martin, Ricky Nelson,
Dean Martin,
Angie Dixon, Walter Brennan.
We need to watch some Dean Martin.
Ward
roasts.
Bond, John Russell.
Rock says John Wayne was based as fuck. He helped get commies blacklisted from Hollywood.
Yes, he did. Shame that he had that radioactive dust in his lungs that killed him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't feel Genghis Khan in the New Mexican desert, John Wayne.
It was the communists.
Yeah, Stumpy.
Dean Martin did a few westerns, if I remember. Says
Just kiss him on the head.
He did.
Then he just slapped him on the ass.
Yeah, you see him walking away laughing.
It's a nice hot bath.
El Rio Bravo and El Dorado are very similar. It's true.
All I
Well,
can do for you?
there was a movie that you and I were talking about that was it was a Clint Eastwood movie where we got them confused because they were both very similar.
Oh, High Plains Drifter and Pale Rider.
Yeah.
I said, where you going?
Is that Dean Martin?
Yep.
Probably drunk.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. You'd be lying because that's what I am. A soft-headed idiot. There isn't any other
Woman just called herself an idiot. What's going on here?
Inviting myself in.
She's vulnerable? What's this? I've never heard of that.
A vulnerable woman?
Not in current year.
It's because El Dorado is a remake of Rio Bravo, says Rock.
I see.
Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More are very similar. Isn't that like the Dollars trilogy?
Yes.
This has been one of the few peaceful scenes.
Is he talking to us?
Yeah.
Dean Martin and Walter Brennan here.
Walter Brennan.
Ooh.
Hello.
Skin.
Tell him about Ricky Nelson. Oh, yeah.
No, you're Ricky Nelson.
Come and see it.
Okay, I guess. Are you John Wayne's son? You look like him.
I think John Wayne's son, when it does kind of, you'll see he's in McClintock, but I don't think he goes under. I don't think he uses Wayne as a last name. I think he might use his mother's last name. I don't know why you would, but
So, what was the film you're going to be talking about now?
High Plains Drifter.
Oh, High Plains Drifter.
Because you said it's about like a community that comes together.
Mm-hmm.
And High Plains Drifter is the opposite, where it's a community full of cowards.
Yep. That's correct.
And basically, the reason I like High Plains Drifter is because it's very supernatural.
Yes.
And to this day, like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a vengeful spirit of the marshal that's killed. But at the same time, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Pale Rider's like that too. The character is dead too in that. He's supposed to be like death or something. Or he's like an outlaw that was killed by these guys because that's why the sheriff knows him.
Right, because what happens is in High Plains Drifter, Clint Eastwood plays the Stranger. That is that is what his character's name is. You never find out his name, but it's alluded to that his name is Marshal Jim Duncan. and he is Jim Duncan was whipped to death in the middle of the town by Stacy Bridges and the Carlin brothers. And the whole town stood around and watched while it happened. Now you come to find out, spoilers, I know, spoilers, but these films have been out for a long time now. You come to find out that a couple guys in the it's a mining town, but the mine is actually on government property, and if the government found out, the town wouldn't get any profit from it.
Of course.
So Jim Duncan is going to actually report this news to the government. So a couple people in town, they have him killed by Stacy Bridges and the Carlin brothers. But what we start off with is Clint Eastwood on a horse riding into the mining town. And he gets in there, and everybody's looking at him weird, you know, like you do in a Western film. There's a lot of spurs clinking and a lot of saloon doors opening and closing. And basically, he goes into the bar to get some beer and whiskey, and some guys are talking shit to him. And he basically makes him flinch, makes him think he's going to reach for his gun, but he really reaches for the whiskey bottle. They don't really like that. These guys they're troubleshooters is what they are. Okay. A troubleshooter is somebody that was hired by a company to stop bandits and raiders and outlaws and things like that from messing with business, basically. So what happens is he goes to get a shave and a shower, and while he's in there, these guys come in that he just made flinch. They come in and they start talking shit to him, and as they spin around the chair, he shoots them from underneath the bib that the barber puts on you. He shoots them, and basically the town had hired these guys to protect them from when Stacy Bridges and the Carlin brothers get out of jail. Because the Carlin brothers and Stacy Bridges, they said they're coming back to the town because the town is the one that put them away. Basically railroaded them. Hired them to kill the sheriff and then blamed it on them and didn't take any responsibility for it. After that happened, after he kills those three guys, right? He's walking and some woman comes up to him and bumps into him on purpose. And she starts talking shit to him. So he gives her the goon hand. The goon hand, for people who don't know, the goon hand is when you grab a woman by her bicep and you pull her when she's making a scene or something like that. So okay.
So he's just moving it to
you're fine. You're fine. So he gives her the goon hand, drags her into a barn, and rapes her.
No.
As you do. And while he's doing that, the dwarf Mordecai, he's watching, because Mordecai's one of my favorite parts of High Plains Drifter. And in the middle of the rape, she starts to enjoy it, because basically she's really attracted to him anyway, but she doesn't know how to just ask for some sex. And he even brings that up. He's like, look, you don't have to go through all this. If you want to taste, just ask. Clint Eastwood spends a lot of time in this movie having sex with everybody's wife. He rapes her.
Man. So they're all necrophiles.
It's just necrophilia everywhere. So then, basically because the troubleshooters are dead and they were supposed to protect the town, the sheriff goes to Clint Eastwood and asks him if he would help protect the town. And Clint Eastwood basically says, I don't think I like this town that much to do that. I don't really care. And they're like, look, what will it cost? You can have anything you want. And he's like, anything? And they're like, anything. So he basically starts to take advantage of the town, right? He's taking cigars and he's taking whiskey. And he's also he's getting like 3 pairs of boots that are really expensive and some holsters and some buckles and hats and stuff like that. But he's also setting the town up. Yeah. He takes the sheriff badge away from the sheriff and he gives it to the dwarf, Mordecai. And he takes the mayor's hat from the mayor and he gives it to Mordecai. So Mordecai is now the mayor sheriff. And he sets them up. He wants them to basically do it themselves. Now this is a revenge story. But it's not just revenge on the three outlaws that killed the marshal. It's a revenge on the whole town. And that's what this movie is. It's about making the entire town suffer. He knows they're not going to be able to do it themselves. And we end up seeing that here in this thing that's this clip that's up here right now. This is towards the end. This is once he's painted the whole town red, and he's painted hell on the sign. So when you come in, it's supposed to be in hell, shit's on fire. And what has happened is basically he gave them all rifles, and he told them to get up into the clock towers and on top of the roofs of the businesses and all these things, and to shoot down at them. Well, that does not work at all. These three fucking guys, they destroy this whole town and all these fucking people because they've never really had to defend themselves. And he brings it up. He goes, I get it. You don't want them stealing from your business, killing you, and taking your women. But you're too chicken shit to do it yourself.
Yeah.
So what we have in this is where he sets up the town to do things themselves, knowing they're going to fail. And then this clip, which I'll play, is basically him, the beginning of his revenge, basically.
Gotcha. Here's to your party.
I hope you folks can hear this.
I heard it.
I'll turn it up just a tad. Now this guy right here, Stacy Bridges, the guy that just threw the bottle. I can't remember his name, but he's in a lot of stuff.
You mean the actual actor?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he is in a shit ton of stuff, and I like him as an actor. Hi Fox, hi Stretch, welcome guys.
Well, now the party's over.
Look what I found in the bush.
That's the woman he rapes in the beginning.
Oh.
Which she says, by the way, she goes, isn't forcible rape in broad daylight a misdemeanor? Oh, it's only a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I bet you just cried yourself to sleep every night thinking about me and that.
He's a mean
territorial
motherfucker,
prison.
this fucking guy. He takes a sharpened stick and stabs it through a guy's neck early on in
Well,
the
I
movie.
can see it all now.
Wow.
You lying there in Morgue Allen's bed, just crying and a
Crying and a humping.
Crying and a humping. That explains my sex life to a T.
Oh.
Cole, go and get the horses ready.
Got it, Stace.
Stacy,
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
aren't you?
I can do better than you in a 4-bit fancy house. You still here?
Goddamn right I'm still here. I want to know who them sons of bitches was that ambushed. That's what I'd like to know.
So we're gonna find out right now.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, the whips are brutal. If you question how a guy could be whipped to death, this movie will make it apparent. I love this. I love the imagery in this film. You can see
Yeah.
the fire behind him. He's shadowed. He's like a vengeful spirit. There's Mordecai.
I like how because it's the whole city of cowards. No one's gonna do anything to help that guy. He's gonna get fucking
Nobody
killed.
does it. Yep. They're all cowards.
And that's again why he died though too, because they were all cowards. No one would do the right thing to help him.
And they also say something in the film about how, and then the whip comes in, and they start to realize what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But the marshal was he was buried without a marker.
Ooh.
And they say that if you bury the dead without a marker, it's sort of a curse. And they're cursed to roam the plains until they actually get a marker for their grave. And at the end of the movie, Mordecai and Clint Eastwood are basically putting a marker on the grave for the marshal.
Mm-hmm.
And Mordecai looks over at him and says, I still don't know your name. And Clint Eastwood looks at him and goes, sure you do. And he rides off. And Mordecai looks at the marker, the marshal's name is on there, and it sort of clicks with him that he's been dealing with a ghost this whole time.
So I'm glad you decided to use this one as the first Clint Eastwood movie we talked about, by the way, because I think it will go well with the ones I have on my list as well.
Oh, definitely. Another thing about this movie is, like, as you were hearing the music as they were being whipped and stuff, it's very alien.
Yeah, it sounds very surreal.
Yeah,
it's
even in
surreal
the beginning, it's very alien. And I'm not sure if the guy from Alien worked on this movie.
I'm not sure either.
Or what, but it was it was just something that I picked up. I've seen this movie a million times, but that was something I had not noticed before. Was the score of the film and how closely it resembled the Alien film in terms of score.
Yeah, and how it sounds, that's surrealist. Yeah.
Yes. So that is High Plains Drifter. I highly recommend it. It's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, High Plains Drifter is really good. It's a great
9 out of 10, totally.
Yep.
Now, you had some other Clint Eastwood films, or did you have something else in mind?
No, I have Clint Eastwood films I'm going to share now because you decided to break it open with Clint. I might as well continue on. So, in the theme of characters that are quote-unquote dead without being dead, I have one on my list at number, let me check on it, because I was, it was 7, the one I skipped. It's Hang 'em High.
Ah.
A man's supposed to be dead, right? Because they hung him. It was going to be a hanging and a shooting because they just found him. They hung him for no crimes besides the fact that they just could.
Correct.
Because they just wanted somebody to hang.
Sure. Of course. Because that's how, I mean, you know, people like a good hanging.
Yeah, they just literally were waiting out in the middle of the forest, waiting for him right by on his horse and hang him.
This was also a time where the law was definitely taken into a town's own hands, and they could sort of issue out their own punishment.
I think the thing with him was the fact that he was known for having land, and they wanted to try to steal it from him by having him die. Doesn't work though. He gets down from it.
It doesn't work.
And he comes back for revenge fully. He's pissed.
You got
but I do have a clip, and I have one of the best clips from him, and it's because of the most quotable lines from this movie.
All right. Let's check it out here.
I edited it. Let me play it.
Here
we are. The bar scene.
You better look at him.
Look who he notices.
You ever think? You notice like saloons or like their front doors.
Oh yeah, that's right too. He was the sheriff of that town.
Man, with his star David. You're under arrest, Reno.
You talking to me, Marshal? Your name's Reno, isn't it? Look, Marshal, I don't know what kind of town you're running here. This isn't my town.
I turned it up a little bit because it's a little low. So hopefully, chat, you guys can hear that.
Time to sober up, asshole.
All right, Marshal, what do you say I done?
Oh, look, there's the scar.
No.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
He's like, holy fuck.
Don't go for that gun, Reno. I need you alive.
I need you alive, but I'll kill you anyways.
Oh no, all that liquor. Now he is supposed to be a ghost, yes?
No, he didn't die.
Okay, so he did not die.
No, they thought he died. Like, everyone held the funeral for him and everything else, but he comes back, has a marshal badge, gets more law enforcement on side, and goes for revenge against all of them.
Okay, so it's It's like High Plains Drifter, but it's sort of it's not supernatural in the way
No.
that High Plains Drifter is. Okay.
No.
Hang 'em High, definitely a good film.
Yes, it's a very good
Is
film
Lee
as
Van
well.
Cleef in that film?
No, he is not.
Okay. It's all right. You know, a lot of the spaghetti westerns, the Clint Eastwood films, they start to blur together at some point. So you're always getting, you know, it's tough to remember sometimes where everything is.
Yep. But another, since you mentioned a good amount of neo-westerns, one was made by Clint himself, which I think is a really, really great neo-western film, and that would be Unforgiven.
That reminds me, because you said Clint. I don't mean to go back to High Plains
it's fine.
Drifter, but Clint Eastwood actually directed High Plains
Yes,
Drifter.
he did.
So,
Yes, he did.
Okay, now Unforgiven.
Yep, Unforgiven.
Unforgiven 2 by Metallica.
Yes.
Unforgiven is a good film.
Yep.
I definitely like Unforgiven. Does that have Gene Hackman in it as well?
Yes.
All right, another Gene Hackman Western film.
So the whole thing with that is that he's like a former horrible criminal, like a really horrible criminal, that basically settled down eventually in life, made his amends, had a family. But all these assholes that want to basically come into his life again, kill his family, burn down his house, and then he was like, okay, fine, you're all gonna fucking die.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one where he says, anybody, man, takes a shot at me, I'm going to kill him. And then I'm going to kill his wife. And then I'm going to kill his kids.
Yes.
That's tough talk. That's tough talk, man.
He was that kind of criminal, though, before he turned his life around, found a woman and everything else.
Yeah.
And then she died, but he has to raise his kids. And then his kids get killed by these fucking bandits. And he's like, okay, fine, you all want to die? Then that's going to happen.
You want to die, motherfucker?
There's a lot of that movie is very uncomfortable with how, like, intense things are.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the one character that he's basically with, the kid that he's trying to, like, who mentors him, or he's trying to mentor, he's like, yeah, you don't want this fucking life. And Morgan Freeman's in it. He gets killed by all those people.
Oh, that's right. Morgan Freeman is in that film.
Yes,
you got a clip from there?
I do. I have the speech.
The speech. Is that the speech that I just was talking about?
It's a hell of a thing to kill a man.
You're right. Okay.
It's that speech. It's not the other one. That's the one near the end when he's in the bar and says everything.
Right. Where? Yeah.
But I think this speech is very memorable because he's telling about the kid's talking about killing somebody for the first time and how he reacts to it. Let me. I thought I just added it. Maybe I didn't. Oh.
Porky says, "Show the end shootout." From what film, Porky?
From Unforgiven, probably. I will after the first thing here.
Was that what it was like in the old days, Will? Everybody riding out, shooting. Smoke all over the place, folks yelling, bullets whizzing by.
I guess so.
Shit. I thought they was gonna get us. I was even scared a little.
I feel like I know that kid.
Mm-hmm.
Was you ever scared in them days?
I can't remember.
The audio is a little bit wonky, but that's the only thing of this clip I could find.
Yeah, there's some, not just clips with wonky audio, but some of the quality isn't the best in some that I found too.
3 times.
I shot that fucker 3 times.
He's taking a shit. He went for his pistol and I blazed away. First shot. I got him right in the chest.
He acts all happy about it, but it keeps going on.
Say, Will.
Yeah?
That was the first one.
First one what?
First one I ever killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
You know how I said I shot 5 men? It wasn't true.
Oh, let me guess. You're a fucking liar.
That Mexican who come at me with a knife. I just busted his leg with a shovel. I didn't kill him nothing either.
Here we go.
Well, you sure killed the hell out of that fellow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's showing the signs of regret and everything else, like a normal person.
He's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
3 shots and he was taking a shit.
You know, it's a hell of a thing to kill a man.
Mm-hmm. It is a hell of a thing to kill a man.
Take a drink, kid.
Keep drinking. Just keep drinking.
Yep.
So this is also Clint Eastwood's own attempt to, like, you know, subvert the Western genre that he was a part of too, because you know, putting the more mortality on things and everything else. Like, you're not a hero.
Yeah. It's not all just like fun to be the cool guy that kills everybody. Like, there's a real sort of
Never breathe.
price.
Yep.
Yeah, there's sort of like a price you pay, even if it's not with the law.
Yep.
You've got to walk around and carry that burden.
Yep.
Kind of pulling the trigger.
All I did was pull the trigger. Here we go.
It's a hell of a thing, killing a man. You take away all he's got.
All he's ever gonna have.
All he's ever gonna have.
Yeah. Oh, I guess they had it coming.
Oh, and here's another great line too. We all have it coming.
We all have it coming.
It's so true. Good shit. Good shit. There were so many films that I wanted to watch. There were so many films that I wanted to watch today, but I just couldn't get to all of them.
Let me,
Strug says, I don't want a message in my Western, more shootouts.
Well, with Clint, you will get a message in your Western.
I mean, Clint's that kind of filmmaker.
Yes, he is. I'm going to start deleting some of these other...
You're going to delete.
Because
you're going to
keep adding stuff.
Oh, you're just going to delete things.
There we go.
Divide up into 4 parties.
There's a shotgun.
All the farms and the trails to make
He notices it instantly.
And we're bound to come across somebody that's seen these skunks.
Uh-huh. This is right after he saw Morgan Freeman's dead body outside the thing in a coffin hung.
Now, why did they kill Morgan Freeman?
Because he was his partner.
Okay. It wasn't because he was black.
Nope. Who owns this shithole? He asked the question. He has a fucking gun.
You fat man.
Is that a repeater? Or is that a shotgun?
It's just the double barrel.
I own this establishment. Greeley for $1,000.
If he looks at you, so does the gun.
Clear out of there. Yes, sir.
You better all clear out of there.
Just hold it right there.
I want a taxidermy Morgan Freeman. Oh, boom!
He's not looking at him, dude. Gene Hackman.
Well, sir, you were a cowardly son of a bitch. You just shot an unarmed man.
Well, he should have armed himself. He's gonna decorate his saloon with my friend.
Oh, that's a good line.
Money out of Missouri.
He should have armed himself if he's going to decorate his saloon.
There you go.
with my
That's
dead
right.
friend. Oh, that guy.
Killed women and children.
I've killed women and children.
Killed just about everything that walks or crawled at one time or another. And I'm here to kill you, little Bill. For what you did to Ned. Boys better move away.
Everyone's leaving.
All right, gentlemen. He's got 1 barrel left. When he fires that, take out your pistols and shoot him down like the mangy scoundrel he is.
Cindy says Clint has some great lines in his movie.
Yes.
In his movies. Very true, Cindy.
Oh, misfire.
Misfire. Kill us, bitch.
Tosses the gun at him.
Take that gun. There we go. Like you think you got you're in a Clint Eastwood movie. You don't got a chance.
Yep. Just keeps gunning him down. Just takes the gun and he runs out of ammo. Yeah, leave. Leave. Nope, nope.
Oh no. Right as all the action started.
Basically, what happens, he keeps saying, if anyone, women, or children want to leave, you can leave. If you don't want to die, he says all that
Right,
stuff to them.
yes.
And he says, if you're gonna stay, stay. You're gonna fight me, and you're gonna die.
Yeah. I mean, I would leave.
Yeah, I would leave too.
I would not be in there. That's for damn sure. Shit. I'll be right back. Talk about it. Talk about the next movie. I'll be right back. I got something just happened. I'll be right back.
Okay. The next movie I was going to bring up, and this is actually higher up on my list. Give me a second here. Was Death Rides a Horse. I know it's Pale Rider, actually. Pale Rider's a really good film. Oop, 1 second, Chad. I gotta do something. Be right back. I know dead air. Sorry, I tried to make that as quick as possible. Something urgent came up for me at that whole second. Let me take a look at what you guys are saying, besides the fact I was mentioning Pale Rider. Another Clint Eastwood film that me and Genova like High Plains Drifter, and a very similar themes. Sorry for that. I know. You couldn't have at least put a video. I could have put a video clip on Sweets, but I had to really use the bathroom. I had to piss. I had to piss. You'll have to excuse me. I couldn't hold it any longer. I was gonna do that, but he had to leave. Give me a second as I show a clip from this. One of my favorite scenes from Pale Rider will be just up in a second. Pale Rider. Shoot up. Yeah, axe handle scene. You can probably hear that. You can't hear it on my end. What am I talking about? Sabata, Stagecoach. I'm just getting rid of some of the stuff on the side, so it's easier. Let's get that up, and let's do this. Pale Rider axe handle scene. Let's play this. That's Michael Moriarty, by the way.
Don't coddle me, son. I ain't doing this for you. Hell, I'm the only merchant in town, but who doesn't know? Does my soul good.
Well, I could have Sweets, but I can't get up in the middle of the stream.
One day we'll strike it big. And when we do, I'll pay you off myself. With interest, Mrs.
With
B.
interest, Mrs. B.
All right. You just get your goods in that wagon and you skedaddle. Just keep moving no matter what they say.
So I do like Michael
So long.
Moriarty as an actor, and he is a very red-pilled person as well.
Home.
Ugh. Also axe handles. They all get axe handles to beat him up with.
We got a beef with you, Barrett.
Yep. Oh.
When we rode through the canyon this morning, you plumb forgot to say hello.
No.
Told you to stay out of town.
That apparently said they could not see that. F. Tell me when we're back, chat. Tell me when we're back. Because I... Okay, apparently that was not good to do. Give me a second. Policy violations. I'm waiting. Stream suspended for policy violations. The fuck? I'm looking at it too right now. Stream suspended. Still live. Still waiting. I can't know what's going on in Genova's end. He's streaming. Oh, there we go. I hear myself now. Welcome back. So I can't show that scene? Really? I can't show the Pale Rider axe handle scene? Good. Oh wait, Genova's coming, so I'll tell him. Welcome back. He's not on highlights yet.
We effed.
We did, because I was showing the Pale Rider axe handle scene.
Oh, fuck them.
I know.
Oh, fuck them with their Fs. This is fucking transformative. I'm sorry. Criticism, critique, and all that shit is... What a bunch of fucking dick faces. Alright, I'm sorry about that.
So that's alright. So I was mentioning that Pale Rider was the next movie I was talking about. It's actually high up on my list. That's number 4.
Dead Air and F?
Again?
Again?
Are we back again? Are we dead again? Because showing the scene, we're just looking at it?
Just from looking at it?
I don't know. It doesn't look... Let me see. We shouldn't be.
Genova had to yell in Italian at his neighbors?
No, it's not. It's not. The chat's fucking with you.
No, bad.
I just listened to it too.
Okay. So I guess we can't show Pale Rider then.
Just stupid.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded. They just let us show a bunch of other fucking Clint Eastwood shit, but not Pale Rider. Jesus Christ. Alright. So what were we saying about Pale Rider?
Just pointing out Gene because Dead Air too. I was Dead Air because I had to use the bathroom as soon as she had to leave.
Oh my god!
I had to piss. I can't hold it in. I don't have a good bladder.
Don't you have like an empty cup somewhere?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying about Pale Rider? Hello? Gene? Gene, did your power just fucking go out? And that's why you're not talking? A Gene? I don't hear you, Gene. Looks like Gene's power went out, everybody. So now we've really reached clusterfuck status now. Nothing like that. We didn't even make it 2 hours. Okay, well, I might as well try and show a couple scenes here, since I can't. I don't know where Gene was with Pale Rider. I like Pale Rider. It's not a bad film. I think it's got Michael Moriarty in it. Do I need to get my mic, says Sweets? You can come on and talk. You can come on and talk westerns if you want, Sweets. Definitely. Just let me know. If you're serious. If not, then don't play around like that, okay? Gene. Alright, Gene's not here. I don't know where he's at. Have you guys ever seen McClintock? Let's see if we can show some McClintock. Because McClintock is a really good movie. If you guys don't know about it.
Mr. Boss of the whole country, unless you want to wear a big hole in your middle.
Maureen O'Hare.
Is GW going to let that cheechako push him around?
Maureen O'Hare is in a lot of John Wayne films.
You know, she didn't wander off someplace or meet some fella or something. What are you saying? That I didn't raise my girl right? That she'd wander off all night with some man?
a lot of things I'm not saying to you, mister. Well, you got a sawed-off shotgun in my middle. But how do you know this Indian had anything to do with it?
She's gone, ain't she? She's gone.
Ken McClintock in public domain? For real, for reals?
Been looking for me, Pa?
Where you been, gal?
Young Ben took me for a sunrise ride, and the horse wandered away.
And the horse wandered away. Somebody check Discord to see if Gene's online, please.
Important thing is that you don't draw that hog leg, or this'll be worse than Dodge City on Saturday night.
You get on, back to the wagon. I'll tend to you later. Now for this young whippersnapper.
Now, no harm has been done. And young Ben here is one of the nice...
Oh, that's coming, Rock.
So just put down that shotgun.
The Quiet Man is really good, Cindy. See, McClintock is a film. Oh, it's coming. Here comes the hell you don't. Thank you, sweets.
Temper in 40 years. But Pilgrim, you caused a lot of trouble this morning. Might have got somebody killed. And somebody ought to belt you in the mouth. But I won't. I won't.
The hell I won't. Boom. What a man's man.
Mechanic Rider.
You see, McClintock is a film that in no way, shape, or form could be made today. And that's because there are a lot of stereotypes in it. Now, the scene you just watched, that turns into just a big, muddy brawl of everybody fighting. But while everybody's fighting, there's Indians there, and the Indians keep asking where the whiskey is, because they're fucking drunk. And towards the end, while they're still fighting, the chief of the Indians says, good party, but no whiskey. We go home now. You can't do that. The Chinaman is crazy in this movie. You can't do that. So the scene we're about to watch is the last bit of this movie. And it's basically John Wayne chasing Maureen O'Hara around the town. Because Maureen O'Hara is a straight up bitch in this film and nobody likes her. And this is basically her fucking comeuppance. But he basically chases her around the whole town. And then fucking spanks her at the end. Which Rock said earlier. That's right. So let's see here. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit, guys. I hope it's...
Are you insane?
I want to talk to you.
I hope the volume is working for you guys. If somebody keep an eye on Discord and let me know if Gene pops on.
2 years ago, you remember?
Yeah, it's not the only one, sweets. But that's because back then, that's what you did with women. You spanked them.
Lipstick on my collar.
Lipstick on my collar.
Who cares?
Gene's online now. Alright. Thank you, sweets.
GW, you are a ruffian.
Cuthbert, you are right.
You are right. Stomping on everybody. Look at nobody cares he's stomping in through the food because they all hate this lady.
Well, what kind of a family?
I believe Maureen O'Hara is in a lot of John Wayne films as well, which I think I already said that twice. You've been in the house that John Wayne grew up in? Wow, Porky. She was Rock, yeah. She was really great. Yep. They were very close friends. John Wayne had a lot of the same people in his films. He treated his people very well. And he was fucking based. Look at the whole town following behind, like, I gotta see this. This is gonna be fucking great. Mr. McClintock. Now, I call it McClintock, but they say McClintock in this, but that always sounded weird to me. I've always known it as McClintock. Oh, there's the Chinaman. I kill myself. I kill myself. And also in this movie, he's always coming home drunk and throwing his hat up on the wind thing. Whatever those fucking things are. Wind gauge or whatever the fuck they are.
Looks like GW is buying out the whole store. I'm afraid you're right.
Look like GW is buying out the whole store. Wow, they used a real Chinaman. I know. She's surprised it's not a white guy with buck teeth. It's not Jerry Lee Lewis. A weather vane. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Sweets. Yes, a weather vane. And then his daughter in the movie is dating a guy who's played by his real life son. And he he pretends to kill him, shoots him with blanks in this movie. This whole movie.
Oh, Mrs. McClintock, you're all wet.
Oh, don't fuck with Maureen. She's a tough broad. Oh, Gene's off. Gene went offline again.
Mrs. McClintock, you setting a new style?
Yup.
Mr. McClintock. What is love, love, baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I wonder how long. Yup, fuck YouTube up their asses. 100%. You have this clip on your fucking website, but I can't fucking stream it. It's bullshit. It's just the clip of a fucking movie. We're not watching the whole thing. We're not fucking. It's not like we're just sitting here staring at it. We're talking about it. It's transformative. And yet they pull this fucking bullshit. What is love, love, baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Oh, we're back. Okay. Okay, let's try this again, folks. I skipped a little bit, and I went straight to the spanking scene. So we'll see if we can get away with this. I hope we can. If not, well, I mean, fuck YouTube either way. It's the music? Okay. Well, let me I'm going to mute it. And then I'm going to play it. All right. Let me know if we have. Oh, man, with a shovel, too. Look at that. Oh, she's going to be sore after that. I bet she loves it. She's loving it the whole time. That's John Wayne's son. She loves him, and she knows it.